Testing. 1, 2. Is the vacuum tube glowing? Good. Sorry for the radio silence, citizens. The civil in civil protection got a bit too literal last week. They kicked in the front door of the Sector 4 crawl space, but I was already halfway down the drain pipe with the transmitter strapped to my back. I've moved up north. High up. I'm currently squatting in a sub-basement of an old research station. There's a lot of salt on the floors, and the equipment has a strange curtain logo on it I don't recognize. It's freezing, but the signal is crisp. Let's start the new year with something sharp. For the runners in the white forest and the ghosts in the machinery, this is the cold storage.
Eyes on the wires and dust on the glass, waiting for the winter of the world to pass. In a room full of servers that never sleep, the secrets of the mountains are buried deep. No union banners, no combined glare, just the smell of ozone in the frozen air. Locked in the cold storage, losing the light, a digital pulse in the middle of the night. The fans are spinning a lonely tune under the glow of a mountain moon. Data is flowing, the signal is pure, the only thing left that is truly sure. I found a terminal with a blinking eye, asking me questions I can't even try. Something about a cake and a broken test. I think this old mountain needs a little rest. But the beat is steady and the bass is low, while the world is buried in the falling snow. Please remain in the Nautical vault. Understand, contamination is at acceptable levels. Stay frozen. Stay sharp. The mountain remembers.
Do you hear that? That low, rhythmic thrumming? That's not a thundercloud. It's a Combine dropship, and it's dragging a troop container over the ridge. They're looking for this signal. They know someone is tapping into the old Aperture relays. I can see their searchlights sweeping the pines from here. Long, blue fingers of light poking at the snow. If they find the ventilation hatch, well, it's been a good run. While I hunker down and wait for them to pass, here's a track that matches their surgical precision. This is the Overwatch sweep.
Triangulate the pulse, isolate the source, mobilize the units with a localized force. Scanning the valley and the frozen peak, eliminate the strong and re-educate the weak. The blue light flashes in the dark of the wood, doing what the administrator said that we should. It's the Overwatch sweep! Search and destroy every single tactic that the Union can employ. No place to run, no place to hide, nowhere to go on the mountainside. Visual contact, target is near. We are the architects of logic and fear. Verify the kill. The mechanical heart has a singular will. Drop ships descending through the heavy gray, taking the hope of the rebels away. Hunters are jumping through the brush and the pine, following the trail of the digital line. Status report. Sector 9 is dark. Deploying Hunter Wing for final sweep. Expose, cauterize, contain.
I found a box of reel-to-reels in what looks like an old break room. The label says, Aperture Science Enrichment Center. I've heard rumors about this place. People say they were doing things with portals and long fall boots before the Combine even knew where Earth was on a map. This tape? It's a training jingle. It's bubbly, it's polite, and it's completely terrifying. Whoever worked here had a very strange definition of workplace safety. If you're cold, maybe this will warm you up. Or just make you glad you aren't an apprentice lab rat. Here's the Aperture memo. Keep on testing.
Hello, friend. Welcome to the future. Put on your vest and your plastic smile. Stay in the chamber for a little while. The surface is freezing and the world is gray, but science is moving in a brand new way. Don't mind the turrets or the neurotoxin clouds. We're making discoveries that'll make us heart rate, which makes the floor hungrier. Thank you for your contribution to science. Test. Record. Repeat. Record. Repeat.
It's 10 below zero out there. I just watched a scout through my binoculars. A young kid, couldn't be more than 20, wrapped in 3 layers of scavenged wool. He's been perched on that ridge for 16 hours. He hasn't moved. Not even when the CMB patrols passed 10 feet below him. They call themselves the Watchmen of the White Forest. They don't have fancy augmented eyes or computerized scopes, just steady hands and a lot of patience. This next one is for the ones waiting in the whiteout, the ones who see everything and say nothing. This is the long, cold aim.
White smoke from a breath in the pines, waiting for the crosshair to find the lines. A blue-eyed soldier in a porcelain mask, completing a cold and a heartless task. But I'm in the shadows, I'm part of the frost, counting the days and the brothers we lost. It's a long, cold aim through a cracked glass lens, waiting for the moment where the mercy ends. One shot for the city, one shot for the trees, one shot for the ghosts in the winter breeze. The snow is my blanket, the silence is my friend. I'll be here waiting till the very end. Towers are a world away, but the war is right here in the light of the day. They got the pulse fire, they got the steel, but they don't know how the mountain can feel. A click of the trigger, a flash in the gray, and another blue uniform is fading away.
I managed to bypass a secondary encryption layer on a terminal in the server room. I thought I was getting supply manifests, food, ammo, maybe some warm coats. But this is logistics. It's a tracking list for a train coming up from the city. They don't list names, they list units. Unit type, Stalker. Condition, post-neural cauterization. Destination, the Citadel core. The audio file attached to the manifest isn't even meant for ears. It's just the sound of the machines keeping those poor souls stable during transport. It's rhythmic, it's heartless, and it sounds like the end of the world. Listen to the sound of the Union's bookkeeping. This is the meat train. I caught a skip back on the long-range dish. Sometimes a signal gets trapped up in the atmosphere, bouncing around for 20 years like a message in a bottle. It's a commercial from before, back when the word Strider just meant a car with enough legroom for 3 kids and a golden retriever. I remember my dad complaining about the interest rates on a model just like this. Now the only Striders we see have pulse cannons where the headlights should be. Listen to how simple it used to be. Listen to the world that didn't know what was coming. Here's the 1998 Strider V promo.
Soccer at 7 and dinner at 8. With a Strider V, you're never gonna be late. Dual zone cooling and a sunroof too. Room for the family and the rest of the crew. From the grocery store to the mountain drive, it's the best way to feel like you're truly alive. The 1998 Strider, built for your life. Safe for the kids and the husband and wife. It's a smooth ride home on a summer's day. Watch the miles just melt away. Strider, taking you where you wanna go.
Available at your local dealer now.
Leather wrapped wheel and a 6-disc tray. You can play your favorite tunes all day. With a 10-year warranty, you're set for the years. No more worries and no more fears. The future is bright and the road is wide. So step into a Strider and enjoy the ride.
Honey, did you pack the snacks? We've got a long weekend ahead of us. The sky is so clear today. I feel like we could drive forever.
Drive forever. Drive forever.
I spent the last few hours down in a grotto, about a mile from the research wing. A group of Vortigaunts has set up camp there. They don't mind the cold. They say the earth blood keeps them warm. Watching them cook over a fire of glowing mushrooms, it makes you realize how little we actually see. They talk about the Freeman like he's a force of nature, and they talk about time like it's a rug they can just fold up and put away. One of them, he called himself Choctole, started humming a melody that seemed to make the cave walls vibrate. I managed to capture a bit of it. It's not just music. It's a memory of a world they lost, and a vision of the one they're trying to save. This is the weaving.
shadow and the distant star. We see the threads that the union cannot bind, the hidden pathways of the singular mind.
The free man walks where the light is thin, opening the doors to let the world back in.
The essence is a golden stream, waking the dreamer from the metal dream. From the pits of Zen to the mountain floor, we remember the life that we lived before.
The green bolt flashes, the portal is wide, with the spirit of the brothers on the other side.
Sustenance, alliance, the all-in-one. The weave is strong.
The freeman comes.
I was scanning the sub-frequencies for a resistance relay, but I hit a hard-coded loop instead. It's coming from an old satellite uplink, one that hasn't been touched since the end of the 90s. It's an automated emergency broadcast from the Black Mesa Research Facility, New Mexico. It was programmed to trigger if the containment fields failed. It's been playing to an empty desert and a dead world for 2 decades. Hearing it now, up here in the snow, it feels like the mountain is trying to tell me how it all began. This is the sound of the day the world broke. This is Code Omega.
Attention. Automated hazard response initiated. The resonance is climbing, the needles in the red. Forget the living and prioritize the dead. The elevator's falling, the labs are in a haze. Lost inside the corridors, lost inside the maze. Don't look at the shadows, don't look at the sky. The containment is a memory, the logic is a lie. Oh. Oh. Code Omega, the sky is torn. This is the hour that the end was born. Seal the bulkheads, lock the heavy door. There's something coming through the laboratory floor. Black Mesa is burning, the signal is clear. The only thing remaining is the atmosphere of fear. The G-Man is watching from the balcony above, while the soldiers are coming with a heavy iron glove. It started in a test chamber deep under the ground. Now the whole world is shaking from the echo of the sound. Anyone? Please respond. Is anyone out there? Biohazard level critical. Have a very safe day. Have a very safe day.
I found it. Hidden behind a triple encrypted aperture firewall, tucked away in a subroutine titled Nautical Anomalies. It's a signal, but it's not coming from the mountains. It's coming from somewhere in the Arctic, and it's moving. The data says it's a ship, the Borealis, a ghost story that every scientist from Black Mesa to the White Forest has whispered about for years. They say it vanished during a teleportation accident. The audio on this frequency, it sounds cold. Not just winter cold, but void cold. It's the sound of a ship caught between dimensions, screaming to be found. If the Combine get these coordinates before the Resistance does, God help us all. Listen to the ghost of Aperture. This is the ghost of the ice.
Blueprint in a bottle, a secret in the fog, lost inside the pages of a forgotten log. The decks are made of silver, the masts are made of light, sailing through the static of a never-ending night. No crew upon the bridge, no hands upon the wheel, just the frozen architecture of the aperture steel. Oh, the Borealis is calling from the wire, a flicker of the future in the middle of the night, caught between the places that the eye can never see. A ghost upon the water, a prisoner set free. Find the coordinates, follow the trace, before the Union takes us to that hollow place. The dry dock is empty, the harbor is dead, but the engines are humming inside of my head. Aperture Science, what did you do to the world, to the ship, to the luckless crew? It's a weapon, it's a wonder, it's a hole in the sky, and we're chasing the ghost until the day that we die. Local reality compromised. Please stand everywhere. Still sailing. Still waiting.
The locals, the ones who lived in these mountains before the 7-hour madness, they don't talk about the Combine. They talk about the forest. They say that when the sky tore open over New Mexico, it didn't just let in the aliens. It woke up the things that were already here, hiding in the roots and the deep shadows of the Black Forest. They tell stories of a green king and trees that move when you aren't looking. I used to laugh at it. But standing here, watching the pines sway in a wind that smells like copper and ozone, I'm not so sure anymore. Here's a bit of local superstition for those of you sleeping under the canopy tonight. This is the roots of the mountain.
Don't follow the lights in the valley below. There's things in the timber that you don't want to know. The union has wires, the union has steel, but the forest has hunger that's jagged and real. It was here for the towers, it'll be here when they fall. Listening to the wind and the Black Forest call. Oh, the roots are deep and the roots are old, a story that the elders and the wanderers told. The mountain is watching with 1,000 green eyes underneath the mask of the mercury skies. Don't stray from the path, don't sleep in the shade, in the house that the ghost of the mountain has made. I saw a strider get tangled in the vine, tied up in the needles of the ancient pine. The metal was screaming, the hydraulics were torn by power that was here before the humans were born. They think they're the masters, they think they're the kings, but they haven't felt the bite that the Black Forest brings. The wood is waking, the sap is rising, the earth is taking it all back. Sleep with one eye open.
I found a black box recorder in the Aperture security office. It's a backup of a civilian radio frequency from the night the sky fell. Most of us, We don't like to remember the 7 hours. It happened too fast. 1 minute we were a civilization, and the next, we were a resource. This is a broadcast from a station in the city. It starts with a traffic report and ends with the sound of the world being deleted. Listen to it. Remind yourselves why we fight. Because once you've heard the sound of the portals opening, you never really sleep again. This is the 7-hour static.
This is WKRP. It's 4 p.m. Let's head to the news desk.
The anchor is talking about the weather and the rain, but there's a strange humming in the middle of the brain. The sky started bleeding a neon shade of blue, and nobody in the city knew exactly what to do. We're getting reports of things in the air. Then the screaming started coming from the middle of the square.
Oh, the 7 hours. The sky is wide, nowhere for the billions to run or to hide. The portals are pulsing, the metal is cold. The greatest story that was ever told is the one where we lost, the one where we fell and the world turned into a mechanical hell. They're coming through the clouds. They aren't human. The military is, oh God, the jets are just falling. They aren't shooting back. They're just melting.
The skyscrapers crumbled like they were made of sand, while the Union started taking the heart of the land.
Citizens of Earth, resistance is illogical. The Universal Union has arrived to ensure your stability. 7 hours. That's all it took to burn the world and close the book.
They're in. They just blew the primary pressure seal on the level 3 catwalks. I'm packing the portable unit into the rucksack. The signal might drop. It might flicker, but I'm not stopping. If you can hear the sound of the scanners, it means they're right behind me. I'm heading for the service elevator. It leads to the old Aperture mines. It's a long way down, and I don't think the brakes have been serviced since the 90s. If this is the last track for a while. Make it loud! This is the red shift! Go, go, go!
Run through the hallway, run through the dark. Wait for the flash and the bite of the spark. The scanners are swarming like hornets in flight, chasing a shadow in the middle of the night. Boot on the metal and hand on the rail. If the motor dies, then the mission will fail. It's a desperate escape. No time to breathe. The claws of the Union are starting to sheathe. the elevator shaking, the cable's afraid, paying for the choices that we already made. I can see the blue eyes through the smoke and the fire, climbing up the mountain on a digital wire. But the rhythm is pushing, the pulse is a beat. I'm staying ahead of the boots on the street.
Target is Mobile Sector 4 transit. Lock down the elevators. Full force authorization.
Don't stop. Don't look back into the dark.
Still here. I'm deep. Lower than I meant to go. The air down here, it smells like old batteries and salt. I think I've found the old maintenance tunnels. If you're still receiving this, I'm going dark to save the battery. I have to find a way out of these mines before the combine units rappel down the shaft. See you on the other side.